Hello, I am chess teacher Mr. Bob, and we are going to go over center square captures. We have D and E here. This is known as the D file. This is known as the E file. Okay. Every square on the D file is known as a central square. Every square on the E file is known as a central square. Okay. So the D and E file are central files, and every square on the D and E file is known as central squares. As you can see, the king and queen are positioned on central squares. They are on central files. The queen is on the D file, the king is on the E file. So a general rule, when you're opening, of course, you're trying to castle, keep your king safe, and develop all of your pieces. Okay, but what happens when black does something different? If black challenges your pawn, it's okay to capture as long as you are capturing and your pawn is remaining on a central file or a central square. Just look at it. This is called the Scandinavian defense. Black has challenged you with a pawn. Challenge your pawn with a pawn. It's okay to capture because your pawn is still on a central file and it's on a central square. Let's look at it again. Let's say if you chose to move to D4. If black have chosen to attack you with a pawn, attack your pawn with a pawn, it's okay to capture because your pawn is on the E file. It's on a central file, a central square. That is okay. And then you will develop and castle, of course. However, what is not recommended if you move your pawn to E4 and black challenge your pawn with the pawn on F5, it is not recommended to capture this pawn. Can you see why? Is your pawn on a central file? No. Is your pawn on a central square? No. So this capture is not recommended. Instead, you can delay the capture and just defend your piece by developing another piece. Okay? Eventually, you can get your bishop out and then double protect your pawn. Get your knight out, castle. Okay? Now, after you castle, if you choose to take the pawn, fine. Okay, but it's not wise to make a pawn capture if it's not a central square capture. You can try it after you castle, but not before you castle. Let's look at this. Which pawn would you capture? This pawn or that pawn? Of course, it would be this pawn. Your pawn is on a central square. This is not a central square. This is not a central file. One more. Which pawn would you capture? Of course, this one. It is on the E file, a central file. It is on E5, a central square. You would not capture this pawn. Your pawn is no longer on a central file or central square. Okay? Thank you.